Howdy, brothers.
Welcome back to another episode of Whiskey and Water.
Whiskey and water. We are fresh off the plane, guys.
My suitcase is literally in the living room. I am fresh off the plane, have not even been home yet.
Nope. We scarfed down some Chipotle.
Yes, we did.
And made this shit happen. And they didn't even, we ordered Uber Eats to the house. And then we got here and realized they only had half of our order. So we're running off half of a Chipotle order right now.
Yes.
Half of a Chipotle order and half of a shock.
Because my dumbass didn't realize. So I was supposed to get back Wednesday. Also, hello guys. Welcome to Whiskey and Water. I'm your co-host Liv.
I'm your co-host Jess.
And we're just a bunch of chaos today. So
it's going to be a chaotic one, guys. Buckle in.
Yes. So I was supposed to get back Wednesday. Of course, I ended up extending my trip in Costa Rica to Friday, forgetting that I'm going back out of town tomorrow, which is Saturday, and we had this episode to record. And she's going out tonight, and I'm leaving in the morning, so we are fresh off the plane.
Yeah.
Recording an episode for the brothers.
We decided, like, on the plane, we were like, oh shit, we need to film.
Yeah.
Like, tonight.
Yeah.
I have dinner in like an hour
So
that I am not making it to for you guys.
Okay, so today's episode, we are finishing the part 2 from last week's episode, which was the best and worst parts of owning a business.
And we only got to part 1, which is worst parts,
Yeah.
because we got a lot of shit to talk.
I guess there's a lot of worst parts of owning a business, because
Crazy.
we were talking for like 60 minutes and then we were like, shit, we're
Yeah.
going to have a 2-hour episode here. So we extended it. And here we are. But if you haven't listened to last week's episode, the part 1, make sure to give that a listen first.
Gotta end it on a high note. We're
Yeah.
gonna end with the highs. So we're gonna go in today about the highs of being an entrepreneur, business owner, owning your own business, all that good stuff, because there are so many pros to it. And our intention with this episode is to hopefully inspire you guys to start your own business and what you can look forward to. Last week's episode is really kind of just a more authentic look at what to expect and shit kind of that we wish we had known or had anticipated. So this is like the more fun part. But before we get into that, we are going to do our high, our low, our deep dive before we get into the thick of it.
Okay, let's get into our low first. You guys know we like to end it on a positive note. So what's your low?
So, I mean, we left a week ago for Costa Rica, essentially. So, I mean, the low would have had to happen this week in Costa Rica. I would say my low is either that my friend Truman finally moved back to LA, and like he's always the one that like picked me up from the airport in the last like 6 months. And so it was like really sad not like seeing him. Yeah, 1, Ubering sucked. But 2, not seeing him, and just kind of like it's a Friday night and normally we'd be like hanging out right now. So like that's a super bummer. But I'd say like that's like probably my low. I miss him already.
Yeah. Oh my God, sad. Don't make me cry. And then do you want to do your high, or should I do my low?
No, do your low.
Okay, my low.
We should probably get into like a rhythm with that,
I
right?
know.
Every time we're like, do I do a high? Do you do a low? Like as if but we do this every single time.
I know. I was just gonna say the same exact thing. And not necessarily a low, but just something that I'm like a bit of anxiety I'm feeling right now about something in my life is the fact that I just have like these very big investments coming up. So like with the house, we're planning on renovating it. And then I can't really think about kids in that house. So then there's going to be another house after this one within the next few years. I have the wedding. So there's just like a lot that needs to be
sorted through
and like money spent on like big things. So that's just kind of a little overwhelming for me at the moment. Yeah. And, always just keeping it real with you guys. Like, it's good. I'm comfortable. We're making a good living here, but there's also.
She hasn't told y'all yet. We haven't spoken about it, but she made some good money last year.
We should do an episode about taxes.
It's about taxes and finances in general, probably.
Well, what do we know?
Jack shit. Maybe we should have Robert on the podcast.
Our accountant. Yeah, I'll save that for our finance episode. But yeah, there's just a lot of big things in the near future that I like need to figure out a game plan for. But that's life, and that's the reality of being an adult.
Period.
Okay, so what are our highs?
So, I mean, aside from being in Costa Rica for the past week, which was such an incredible trip, so much fun.
So much fun.
I had a viral TikTok in Costa Rica. Yes! Super excited about that.
Okay, what was it? Tell the brothers.
So, as it turned out, So we went with all of our Stardust hoes. And if you guys don't know, our Stardust hoes are all of the girls that we shoot with like pretty much every week. So it's Alexa, Macy, Jalissa, and then us.
And we've actually had Jalissa and Alexa on the show before. So you guys can hear those episodes.
Yes, we should have Macy on. So we've been shooting together for years, and we've gone on like a few trips together, like, you know, 1 or 2 of us or 2 and 3 of us, but we haven't done like a full group trip. So we all decided to go on this trip. And since we had this collaboration with this villa, it was large enough for everyone to bring their significant other. Funny enough, I am the only one without a significant other.
And we really thought that we were like, oh, well, by that time, like, she'll have someone to bring, like, whether it's like, you know, a little sneaky link or whatever, maybe, or a friend or something.
No.
Wasn't the case.
Wasn't the case. I'm a picky gal.
Yeah.
And if I did want to bring someone, they were busy. So, you know, it just didn't work out that way. And I was fine with that. Like, I didn't mind at all being the only single person
because she's
there.
also friends with like all of our significant others.
Yeah.
So it's not like weird at all.
No. And I know that all of my friends would never like leave me like
in an uncomfortable
excluded or in an uncomfortable position, whatever the fuck. So I made this TikTok while I was there, which is actually Olivia's idea. And I was on the boat, and it was a perfect moment because everyone happened to be like coupled up. And I said, the caption was like, I took a video with me and then I zoomed in on each couple and I said, you think you can hurt me? I'm the 9th wheel on this vacation with my best friends. And they got like 500,000 views.
Hilarious.
And it's so funny because all the comments are like, you're better off, sis. They're all on their phones. Like, I can't believe they're excluding you like
being
this.
A bunch of haters.
It's so funny, like how people make so many assumptions from a literal.
They perceive things.
6-second video.
It's so funny.
And it's funny because really, like, no one allowed me to feel excluded. It's just not even like that. Like, I'm such good friends with I'm such good friends with all of my friends' significant others.
And also, I think it's funny that if you actually felt some type of way about it, you wouldn't be making a TikTok about it.
Throwing shade to all my friends.
You're making it because it's funny.
Yeah, so that was like the dynamic, and that was kind of like how the trip was. It was just so much fun. It was
hilarious.
It was just a good fucking time. So that wasn't the high though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna, while we're here though, about the highs in Costa Rica, my high was swimming to this island. We went out on a boat day and it actually stormed so bad. At one point we told the captain to turn the boat around because we were just surrounded by a storm. And he was like, okay, yeah, I'll turn it around. But then we ended up at this island.
He was like, I can take you to somewhere calmer. He's like, I can take you to like a little bay.
So we went to that bay. It was like raining and we said, fuck it. Like, we jumped in the water and it was just like such a pure moment. We were all like giggling. We were all like giggling and laughing and just had like really felt alive in that moment.
Yeah.
Like it made just like everything worth it. Cause we were bummed out that, you know, it was supposed to be like a sunny boat day.
And we all paid for it.
And we all paid, like, it wasn't cheap. But that we truly made the best of it in that moment. And we had so much fun. We swam to the island. We got to the island. We were just running around like kids, throwing rocks.
Acting like we were on Survivor.
Like, literally acting like we were like on a Survivor show. And just like, we're like looking at things at how we can like survive on the island.
We're like, someone's been here. They've harvested the coconuts.
Yeah. Like throwing rocks at shit. It was honestly hilarious. And what I really value about that is like, I love being around people who bring out that inner child. And I think that's so, so important. And I just love when that comes out in all of us. And we can just like really like
just act like kids.
Yeah. And just like bask in it instead of being embarrassed. You know?
Yeah. No, I loved it. That was probably just like the high of the trip. It was so much fun.
So fun. Okay, go back to your high now.
guys, my high.
We have a big update for you guys.
Yeah.
A big entrepreneurial. This is not the business idea that we mentioned a few episodes, but still another business that's happening in the lives.
So really excited. And I know it's hard to top a jumping in the ocean while it's raining and swimming to shore high moment, but I'm really, really excited because I just signed a lease on a new place in LA.
Ooh, she's an LA bitch.
And that's not to say that I'm getting rid of my current place because I am not.
So she's going to be a bi-coastal hoe.
We're going to be bi-coastal brothers. So super, super excited. I just signed the lease and everything is completely official. I had to do a few revisions on the lease. And essentially what's going to be going down is I'll probably do like a 80-20 time split, like between Fort Lauderdale and LA being the 20%. But whenever I'm not there, I'm going to be Airbnb-ing the apartment. So
Which is a whole new business
yeah, which is yeah,
and revenue stream.
which is going to be really interesting. Of course, I'll take you guys along for the ride with that and just kind of, how it's going. I'm essentially doing rental arbitrage. So I have gotten permission from the landlord to do Airbnb and just like short-term rentals under, my own jurisdiction. So I'll keep you guys posted on that.
So exciting.
My lease starts in June. So, I mean, by the time this episode is out, like it'll be coming right up. It's going to start in mid-June. I'm going to fly out there and spend like about 2 weeks getting everything ready. And yeah, I'm just super excited.
So crazy. And
it is so crazy.
It really goes to show like how when you're open to things and you are manifesting things and thinking about things and speaking them into existence, like they do come. Because our last LA trip, like we're driving around and she literally was saying how like she wants to start like holding space for this idea of possibly having like an apartment out there. And it was literally just like a whisper at that point. I would have considered it a whisper, and she was just like vocalizing it to me. And like what? It's 2 months later and it's literally coming to fruition. Like
it's crazy, guys. And I've just been
like you can't, it's not a coincidence.
It's not. And like you really like manifestation is so real. And even just to like piggyback off of that on something that's so small that happened yesterday was that I was reading The Secret, and it's, if you guys haven't read it, it's a book essentially about like the law of attraction and manifestation. And I ended one of my chapters and it was like start off manifesting something small today. It said manifest yourself a cup of coffee. Or manifest yourself some coffee today. And I was like, okay, interesting. And like, I kind of like pondered on it for a second, but I was like, I don't know, I'm in Costa Rica. There's like, we have coffee at the house, but I'm not gonna like make a cup of coffee, whatever. And then when we went out for dinner, I had an espresso martini for like with my dinner, which I never fucking order because it's a vodka drink. I never fucking drink vodka. And then I didn't realize it till today. I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, I never manifested that cup of coffee. And then I realized I had an espresso martini at dinner.
Yeah.
And that was like the first time we like went out for an actual dinner. And it was just like such a small little fucking thing. But it just goes to show that like you can truly manifest like the smallest things or the biggest things into your life.
Yeah. And also just the way with this apartment like fell into your lap.
It really did.
Was so crazy. Like
aligned.
The opportunity presented itself to her. Like it's not even like I think you were open to receiving it and it came to you.
Yeah.
It's not like you really had to like do this hard work, deep dive search.
Yeah. And it was like, it's almost like it was just like made for me. You know what I mean? Like I fucking love the apartment. It's not anything it's not like a brand new with like, stainless steel appliances and all these things, but it
has character.
It has so much character and it's so charming, which is like what I've always wanted out of an apartment. Like I've always said that I hate how like whitewashed like the apartments are down in South Florida because so many of them don't have character because they're just like
cookie cutter.
Yeah, they're just cookie cutter. And I hate that in apartments. I love something with character. So I'm really excited that I get to like, I get to make it my own. I get to furnish it. I get to like really style it. I get to.
And the crazy thing is the first one she was looking at was like a smaller 1-bedroom and then like a bigger one became available. And she was already on like, like
the fence about
already
doing the smaller one.
Yeah. And then she saw a video of the bigger one and like she showed it to me and Truman and like whoever else.
I sent it to Taylor and Olivia and I was like, guys, should I do this? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, like the bigger one is just so much more worth it.
Yeah. So it's really nice, guys. It's a 1-bedroom loft in West Hollywood and it has a really beautiful like terrace and a small balcony as well. So which just made it like so worth it for me.
So worth it. And it's not to say that like she hasn't had some fear about this either.
Oh my God, guys. I've been like it's been taking some like mental strength to not doubt myself.
Self-doubt take over.
Yeah, I mean it's a scary like I'm taking on a whole other rent, and of course I'm trying to think worst case scenario what would I do, or God forbid I wouldn't be able to make rent because it's scary taking on an entire like it's more than my rent at my current place.
Yeah,
so that just goes to show like this is a huge leap for me, but you gotta fucking take risks.
Growth is outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And like we want you guys to know that the advice that we like speak here from our hearts, like we truly take, we we're always practicing taking our own advice. And this is like a perfect scenario where it's like, taking that leap of faith and doing something outside of your comfort zone because it's like the best thing for your growth. And like
Yeah,
what else are you supposed to do? Like how else are you supposed to live life? Like never go for anything.
exactly. And I know that like I'm so capable of like figuring shit out. And like I've been figuring shit out for myself since I was like 16 and 17. Like I became fully financially independent at 17. So it's like I know that like the universe has my back, and I know that if I like, kind of just like release into it, like everything will work out in my favor. And I also just think that this is such a good opportunity for us for mood as well. Like on top of it being like a dope opportunity for Airbnb and for me being out in LA more. I think that it'd be really great for like for mood to have a home base there and to
Totally.
network and to shoot and have access to all these different opportunities there as well.
Period.
Yeah.
Exciting things happening over here, brothers.
So I'll keep you guys updated on that.
We're taking you along for the journey of it all. All right, before we get into our episode, we're going to do our deep dive. Deep dive.
Deep dive.
It is
Splish splash.
our segment where we talk about a campaign and we talk about how we got it, what the deliverables are, what the rate is, because we believe in rate transparency.
You love to see it. I'll kick us off.
Okay.
I'm actually doing a trade collab with Avocado Mattresses.
Which was my deep dive last week.
Yes, and she absolutely loves her mattress, so that was like enough for me to get into it. So as I'm actually doing this collab for the LA apartment. I'm gonna try to get everything, not everything, but I'm gonna try and get as much as I can on a collaboration basis because why not leverage that?
Totally.
So like I'm even working on getting like a rug collab and working on getting some furniture collabs, but I got the mattress secured. So super excited about that. What I'm getting is an avocado mattress, and I'm actually getting 4 pillows. And essentially all of that totals out to be around $3,500 in product. And my deliverables are a 1 dedicated in-feed post, a story set, and then 3 images.
I think I have the same exact deliverables.
Yeah, it's fire.
So fire. So worth a beautiful mattress. Okay, so for my deep dive, it's a company called BioTrust. I think I may have done a deep dive about them before, but this is my 3rd or 4th time working with them. But this is my 2nd time doing this type of video where it's like testimonial and I actually don't have to post it at all.
Nice.
So yeah,
my favorite.
So basically they gave me a script and it's maybe like 60 seconds long, and I'm just recording a video for them, and I am charging them $1,000 for the creation of that video and for usage for them to run it as ads. I probably could have tried to negotiate higher for this round, but I think there was just lack of communication, and I think this was just locked in with Taylor for the same rate as before. But I'm happy to be working with them again, and it was relatively easy. It took me like 5 minutes last time to do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because once I like have a script, and I also chopped it up so I didn't have to memorize it. So I just did it like line by line, memorizing 1 sentence at a time. And yeah, $1,000 BioTrust. I think I had originally reached out to them, and that's how I got it.
I've also done a collaboration with them in the past. They're great to work with.
Yeah, we should. Maybe they want to be a sponsor on our ad, on our
ad.
sponsor on our podcast,
on our ad.
Speaking of which,
we are going to take a pause to thank our sponsor for this episode, and then we'll get right into our episode.
All right, guys, today we're going to talk about Banish again. You guys know we have been loving their products. They're a skincare company made in small batches with fresh organic ingredients. It is a skincare line launched to help people with acne and acne scars. And I think personally, I've been using the products, absolutely love everything. I am a fan of their pumpkin enzyme mask, and their moisturizer is so good. Like I said last week, it doesn't leave any sort of like nasty greasy residue. Like I absolutely hate when moisturizer makes you feeling like oily. So it really soaks into the skin, and I think the coolest thing about it personally is that every product is made fresh to order the same day it ships out. And I don't know any other skincare company that literally makes their products fresh to order the day of. So I think that's so cool and unique.
Yeah, and they're based out of Pasadena, so we love that. All their products are vegan, organic, and cruelty-free. If you guys want to try them out, use our code WHISKEY, and that will get you money off of your order for a limited time only. That is WHISKEY, as in WHISKEY.
Yeah, and we'll have the link in bio. And just for the little cherry on top, it all comes in sustainable packaging. So we love that. We love that for the earth. We love that for you. Check them out. Like we said, the code is whiskey, and you can find the link in our description.
Period. All right, guys, let's get into it.
Get into it. Okay, so we're going to start with the best things about being a business owner, working for yourself, being a boss babe.
Oh, God. I'll stab my eyes out right now.
Okay, so first off, I feel like the obvious ones are, having the flexibility in your schedule to do what you want to do when you want to do it. Like, that is a privilege we very much do not take for granted. And I think probably one of the best perks to being a business owner. On the contrary, and I know we said the worst things this last episode, but on the contrary to that, you trade a 9 to 5 to work 24/7. That is very true. But then you get to take a week off and go to Costa Rica.
Or extend your flight and put it on the business card.
Period.
Period. Which is honestly such a pro because, like, luckily we had a client that we were shooting for in Costa Rica.
No, literally, we were there and I was like, this is a perk of owning a business. Like, this exact situation.
So she ended up, rebooking a new flight, and we split it between Mood and between her. And honestly, we needed her to stay anyway because we needed to shoot that client because we had gotten 0 sunny days. So
I was packed to leave on Wednesday with Tyler, and then I remembered that we needed to shoot this client.
Yeah.
And that was literally what made me stay, is because I was like, well, I have to stay.
Gotta work.
I gotta put the client first. So it ended up working out perfectly because I was like, yeah, we'll just split it between me and the business. And then, that way I can stay and shoot my own personal content. We can get this done and I'm so glad I did because I love how those images came out.
Oh, they look so good.
I think they're going to be so happy with them. And then we shot a bunch of OnlyFans stuff. So it definitely, paid for itself. But the fact that I could even do that and didn't have to call my boss to try to make sure that I could take the extra 2 days off, and not even stressed out about that is such a blessing.
It was me. She's like,
that's who I called.
She's like, I got to see if I can put this on the company card. We're both in the kitchen. I'm like, yeah, I think we can swing it.
I got to talk with management. But yeah, no, that's definitely a perk, but you do end up working 24/7.
Yeah.
Low key.
But still, again, I mean, I can't stress how much I genuinely enjoy and love and just take in waking up whatever the fuck I want.
No, totally.
Aside from when we have shoot days and stuff, but even then it's we're setting those hours, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But any other day that we're not shooting, I typically set my alarm for 8 a.m. And if I feel well rested, I get the fuck up. And if I don't feel well rested, because your girl don't sleep, I sleep until 9 and wake up. And it's just
it's the best thing in the world because I remember so clearly the days where I would wake up and just absolutely
hate my fucking life.
Hate the fact that I had to get up and I had no choice. And everyone has their own cup of tea. And for some people, they love that. They love waking up with a plan, with a schedule, with somewhere to show up to every single day. And
realistically,
that's all good.
Most people don't. I think that, I would say, I honestly, if we're being real, what is it, an 80-20%? I think most people, and I don't know, I see it a lot on social media. People are like, another day where I'm fucking waking up and hating that I have to go work for someone else. It's just a thing. Even if you do enjoy your 9 to 5, waking up at the ass crack of dawn to get there is just a miserable part of the job.
No, it is.
And yeah, I clearly...
Or driving an hour to work like what we used to do at the mortgage firm.
Even working from home and just being able to work from where we want is such a massive part of how much I love our lifestyle and our careers because
you can do it from anywhere.
You lose so much of your life and day driving and that's why so many people kind of ask me about fitness advice and how do you have the motivation for the gym and how do you get to go every day. And it's honestly because I work for myself and I'm able to prioritize that. I will never sit and look at someone with a 9 to 5 and be like, yeah, dude, just make the fucking time for it. Because that's fucking hard as fuck.
I remember I not even having time to do my laundry when we were working at the mortgage firm.
Not to mention people have children and stuff that they then have to go home to and provide for. So it's just not something that I take for granted whatsoever.
Facts. No printer. Another thing I would say is like just you made a good point about the confidence it gives you, like owning your
Yeah.
own business and kind of being a leader and being a boss. Like I think it really just gives you a different type of confidence, not like a physical appearance confidence. Like it's not like I think I'm any more beautiful now that I'm a business owner, but it gives me like a more deep rooted confidence in
Yeah.
life, in who I am, in
Exactly.
my in my beliefs,
Leading abilities and like and
in my value system, in my beliefs, in my character. Like I have
yeah.
confidence in my character and who I show
Yes.
up as every day
Hmm.
to everyone in my life.
Because it puts us in a position of power essentially when you have people that work for you, and when you have now put yourself in like really difficult situations that you continue to handle with like grace.
Grace.
You're just like, okay, I know who the fuck I am. I know I'm a good person to my core, and that's kind of like the confidence that I feel like it instills in you.
Yeah.
And there was a conversation that we had that we spoke about on the podcast a few months ago of when we were in LA. And it was funny because we went out to dinner with a few friends that we had met at the convention. And one of the guys was like, this conversation is so much different than a lot of conversations that we've had here in LA. And we were like,
It caught us so
it
off guard.
caught us. We were like, what are you
I was
talking?
like, what did we do? Like I almost thought we like did something wrong.
Exactly. I was like, did we say? I thought he was going to maybe like make an, what's the word? Make a, I thought he was almost going to make like a remark about like the cadence in which we were speaking or like our accents or something like that. And the other guy goes, "It's because they're business women." And we just thought like it like took us so off guard, and we were like, "Oh shit." And like I feel like that's kind of like a good testament to like the sort of confidence that it gives you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can speak confidently about, the business that you do and how you run things and how you operate.
Yeah, and even I think like with networking and meeting people, the confidence I have when I tell people what I do versus when I was just modeling is
Oh my
crazy.
god.
Like I literally I remember I would say this out loud. Like I would say I'm embarrassed to say I'm a model
Oh yeah.
because like there's just so many assumptions that come with that and it's like, "Oh, you're just literally
Just a model.
oh, you're just a model. Oh, you're
Just a
good
pretty face.
just a pretty face. You're just good for your looks. That's all you have to offer the world." And I would literally like when I would meet new people, I would say like, "Oh, I'm a student." Like I wouldn't even say,
Yeah.
which is crazy, right? Because you would think like people would want to say that they're a model. They would
Yeah.
want to brag about that. Like that's something people might like think is more glamorous or look up to like saying one day I can say, "Oh, I'm a model." But it's really like not.
I mean, it's just
It depends who you're talking to,
it
but
depends who you're
like
talking to, but a lot of people
and what
like
you value.
a lot of people like when you say that like, oh, I'm a model or I'm an influencer, it changes how they speak to you. And I mean,
Totally.
we can say that
There's
from
And then,
experience.
yeah, there's just a lot of assumptions made. The same way when someone says, "Oh, I'm a lawyer," you automatically have a level of respect for them. Like it's
Yeah.
natural, and I'm not saying it's like, "Oh, shame on you for judging someone for what they do," but like the level of confidence that I have when I say, "Oh, well, I own a creative agency, I have a
Yeah.
podcast, I'm an influencer and a full-time content creator," like yeah, I fucking run shit
Period.
unapologetically. Like I'm a
Yeah.
boss bitch.
Yeah.
Period.
No, it's so true. And like I distinctly remember like
And
not
I'm
telling people that I was an influencer
yeah.
and how much more and even when people ask me what I do now, mainly what I say cuz I'm not trying to give someone every fucking stream of income I
Well,
have.
I sell on Poshmark.
Now that you've
I'm
asked.
on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. No, I always say I own a digital creative agency, and like I feel so confident, like even saying that, which is crazy because we have struggled so much in our careers with imposter syndrome, but like the level of quality work that we put out, I'm so confident and like just say like knowing and saying that we kill it and like knowing that we'll be able to take on any project and really just do it best is like my favorite thing.
Yeah, and it's something you're proud of. Not to say that I wasn't proud of being a model and I wasn't proud of being an influencer. Those are both amazing things just by themselves alone, but there's just a different level of confidence, especially when speaking to men, I will say.
Period.
I'm like, yeah,
Because
I own
because
a business. I'm not
because
just a model.
you don't have to prove yourself to other women. Like other women get it.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you tell them you're a model and they're like that's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And they just kind of inherently know that you're more than that. Whereas
Right.
men don't think that you're more than that.
So true.
And it's like, I not that I have something to prove, but I have something to prove.
She's everything to prove.
And yeah, I mean, like, especially just based on our looks, like, like when we got on the fucking call with one of our clients and we hop on, the Zoom call, and it's me and Olivia and Taylor. And, he's like, are you sure you guys know what you're doing? And I said, more than you do.
Literally verbatim.
So,
And he's harmless. He really means well, but it's just
he's
goes
hilarious.
to show.
And it's funny, like on our last call, I don't know if I said this on the last episode, but he was like, Jessica, what's up with all these tattoos? You got to stop getting all these tattoos. And it's just funny. So you know what? Yeah, we do have something to prove.
Okay, moving on. I think one of the best things in owning a business, especially when you start growing a team, is being a leader. Of course, that's one of the hardest things.
Yeah.
And we went over all of that in part 1 last week. But it's also one of the most rewarding things I've ever done thus far in my life and professional career, is being a leader.
And being recognized as a good leader.
Being a good leader and being recognized for it. Not that, we need that validation, but yeah, validation is nice. Like, I'm not going to say
normalize validation.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you it doesn't feel good to be validated, because it does.
100%.
Like, why?
I'm not going to sit here and say being complimented doesn't feel great.
Because it does. Like, we're simple creatures when you boil it down.
Exactly. But no, it really is. And I didn't realize how much it was something that truly fills my cup. Like, I get off on that shit. Tell me I'm a good fucking leader.
I am coming as we speak.
If you want to get me off, just tell me you're such a good leader.
Speak dirty in my ear.
Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. No, but and it's a really interesting thing and space, and it's something that we were even talking about on the way down here. It's like, not everyone's going to appreciate your communication style and your leadership style, but finding people that really do resonate with it and appreciate the little things, like our open communication, our transparency, our company culture. Like, some people just don't give a shit about that. They want
our boundaries.
Yeah, the boundaries, whatever it may be, like how we prioritize our employees' mental health every single day. Like, I know that, I personally, I would want to work for us, but Taylor always posts about, like, if someone asks her about work, or if she's doing a Q&A or something, like, she always posts the most fulfilling shit about our company and about us as leaders. And it just makes me so fucking happy to know how happy and how valued she feels, and how seen she feels, and how heard she feels. Like, just makes me so fucking happy.
Yeah, and she tells us in person too, so it's not even like it's for clout. It's really just a true great work dynamic, and it's something we are so proud of, because since from the beginning of creating Mood, one of our biggest priorities was company culture, and creating a company culture that we really valued and that we would want to be a part of if we were on the other side. And I think we've been in enough work environments where we have really hated the company culture, and we've been on enough sets and worked with enough people in the industry to know what we absolutely hate and what we absolutely love. And we try to do everything that we love, being on the other side. And I just,
even when it comes down to not even just with Taylor and with our, the people who work with us every single day, but even when it comes down to our models and our influencers,
we pay our models day of. We pay for their Ubers. We pay for their parking. We just do what we think. And this isn't to pat ourselves on the back or get a
yes, it is.
Reward, but
validate me.
I'm not seeking validation.
Validate me.
But we just try to do the right thing, and it's nice being on the other side, because we try to be good to the client. We try to be good to the people we're hiring.
Yeah, we don't cut corners. We try to do everything.
Try to do the right thing.
We try to do everything.
We try to be fair.
Yeah, fairly, and we try to be impeccable with our word. We really follow. It's it boils down to character and what we value, and we just really try to do everything to the best of our abilities.
And it's so rewarding. One of the best things about being a business owner is when you do try to do your best and be your best, and it like is appreciated,
and it's acknowledged.
and it's acknowledged and appreciated. You know, like when a model says like, you guys are so professional, I had such a great day on set with you guys.
That's always the most shocking to
We're
me.
like, we're professional.
Yeah, like
I think it's because we're organized.
yeah, I will say that we're pretty fucking organized when it comes down to it. I mean, compared to a lot of sets that we've been on.
Yeah.
But oh my god, when I hear that someone's like, you guys are so professional, like you guys are killing it. I'm like,
funny.
you really think so? You really think so?
Yeah, no, it is a good feeling though. I take compliments like that so much more to heart than I do like, you're so pretty, you know,
For
like
sure.
it's just a much deeper level. And like we invest more, we care more about those things. So it feels better when we get
Sorry.
validated for them. It's okay. I'm coughing. I'm getting over my cold from last week.
Yeah, I'm probably about to get it, honestly.
Probably.
And I would say another part, like really amazing part, just to like piggyback off of that about owning your own business, is being able to develop your own company culture. Like you get to decide, you know, the things that you hated from previous jobs and things that you loved. And
You decide your non-negotiables.
Yeah. And it's like, it's so dope to like our company culture is now benefiting others' lives, which is like, yeah, that's the third time I've said this, guys. I'm not saying it again because I keep like sneezing or farting. Who knows? But that's,
We're professionals.
we're professionals. If only you guys knew what we cut out of these episodes.
my God.
It's actually atrocious.
Well, if you guys want to know what just happened, she
I mean, you
sneezed,
guys need
farted, and now we're just gonna pick it up from
You
here.
guys need little side note. You guys have to watch our bloopers from every season.
Yeah, if you guys
They are the
well,
funniest fucking thing.
if you're a consistent brother listening every week or every other week, like even if you listen every so often, please watch our bloopers. They are fucking hilarious.
They're hilarious. I think they're on YouTube and on Instagram, so you guys need to find them. But regardless, it's really dope, like benefiting others' lives and
making a difference in people's
Yeah.
lives. I mean, like, what else are we put here on earth to do?
yeah,
Like,
like it's so dope that like I mean, it sucks that anyone has to work in general. Like I don't know who set that the fuck up, but the fact that like we get to
you mean
create
capitalism.
fuck capitalism. The fact that we created an environment in which people love showing up to, because you spend so much of your time at work and like we
Yeah.
know what it is to hate your fucking job and how much of a toll that takes on your entire fucking life. And I feel like 90% of people fucking hate showing up to work every day. But like
So if we can make that a positive experience for someone,
God.
like, yeah, that's all we ever want to do.
that in itself, it makes me so happy. And even just what we get to call work, you know, aside from, you know, owning our own, you know, and that's another thing about owning your own business. It's like, it's whatever the fuck you want to be doing.
Yeah.
So it's like, you get to show up and make the rules. And like, we say that all the time. Like we like, we'll be like deciding something and we'll be like, wait, we make the rules.
We're like, do you think we can do this? And we're like, wait, we're literally the bosses.
That's so funny. Let me check with my boss. Hey boss.
Hey,
Can I do
take
this?
tomorrow off? No, yeah, it's great. And I will
So
say,
fucking stupid.
even like facilitating growth for our employees is huge.
Yeah.
And like that's such a positive, because with Taylor's a great example, but like
Taylor's our only example.
Yeah, I mean, she's our only
Yeah, whatever.
full-time employee, but like watching her personal and professional growth just throughout her
Oh my
time,
God.
starting at Mood to where she is now, is so cool. And I can't wait to keep doing that.
Yeah.
And keep
Leveling
giving,
up.
and keep giving people these new opportunities to step into like a managerial position where they're
Yeah.
the team leader and they get to like show
Or
off-
learn new skills, you
learn
know?
new skills, yeah, and just like empower them to do that and to
Yeah.
grow personally and professionally. I think is such a great honor for
Yeah.
us to have.
Even our interns, I feel like
Yeah.
have learned so much within their time with us, which is really dope because it's the first time that we've really like been able to teach interns and like I feel like really help mold them professionally. And we're not like the two most professional bosses. Like we don't like sit down with them and like have, you know, like it's not your normal corporate setting. But I feel like they get to learn a lot of new skills and kind of just learn even what they probably like and don't like about working in this industry and what they like and don't like about our leadership styles. And
Yeah.
it's just been really dope to have that opportunity.
We do want to do a full episode on interns once we feel like we have a better like grasp on them,
Yeah.
kind of.
I mean, we're just now.
kind of getting into some sort of system and flow.
I
But
think we have a really good flow with them, and I mean, I love our interns.
no, I love them too.
I really want to be able to offer them, you know, a position down the line. We're not quite there yet with them, but you know, I really do care so much for them, which is so sick too.
Yeah.
And they're so sweet. Like,
I know, very supportive.
they love us too. And like like the other day, one of them reposted my photo onto their story and was like, "My boss is so hot." And I was like, I love you.
That's the company culture I want. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think, and I think that's like,
I just want our interns to kiss our asses all the time. No, I'm kidding, guys.
I think it's a generational thing where it's like the professional 20 years ago is not the same as professional now, you know? Like, I want to set a new standard for what it means to be professional. Like,
Mhm.
I want to be able to curse. I want to be able to show up with tattoos. I want to be able to show up looking like shit and say I just got in a fight with my fiance and have it be a safe place. Like, I think, you know, obviously there's boundaries, but I think in terms of like what we value when it comes to professionalism should be things like open communication,
Vulnerability.
transparency, boundary setting. Like, that's what should be professional.
Yeah.
You know,
and,
like,
and
who
just,
said like that business casual is what's professional and not cursing is what's professional? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just
we make the rules.
I know it's a very corporate, like, different world, but I just want to change things.
And just like honestly showing up authentically and showing up like vulnerably should be what is considered the new professional, because I think that like hiding your feelings and like
the fact that we're human, like, we're human. And I feel like in the corporate world, everyone goes to work and they pretend they're robots and that they're these boop, boop, beep, boop, bop without feelings and like without burnout. You know what I mean?
And I think that there's something to be said for like showing up vulnerably and still being respected in the workplace, because even myself, like there was a time where we had a meeting with Taylor and our previous social media manager, and I had a terrible night the night before. And I came in and I had not slept and I was low key traumatized, and I cried. I cried during our meeting, and they all hugged me and like were there for me, but did not treat me any differently. You know, they didn't see me any differently after that. Like, they didn't have any less respect for me. And like, that's what should be expected out of the workplace.
Totally. Like, we're human. Like, why are we pretending we're not human?
Yeah.
Another aspect I think is, I mean, this applies to what we're doing because we're in the creative industry, but having full creative control is so fucking dope, you guys. Like, if you're a naturally creative person, and I feel like it's hard to get hired for these positions where they're creative, but they still need to be approved, you know?
Yeah.
Or like you can do what you want, but it has to be under these set standards and guidelines. Like, we had to have full creative control as a creative person is so sick, because it's like real material going out there in the world, and it's like what you created or your vision. And I just think it's such a fulfilling thing.
Yeah. And having clients that like want your creative vision. Like, we have a lot of clients that never send us like any inspiration. They literally say, "Hey, you know, we trust you guys." And like, that is so fucking cool.
It's so cool. And
also not even just like creative control in the sense of like doing a photo shoot and deciding how we want that to look, but really just creative control in the company itself. Like, we're in the process of a rebrand right now, and like deciding that we wanted to rebrand and, you know, just making that happen, and
deciding that we weren't inspired by our first branding kit, you know, like, and making that decision to be like, that doesn't like sit right with me anymore. Let's change it. We're both on the same page and we're fucking doing it. Like, that's the best.
Well, we have half creative control.
Yeah.
You have half.
We each have half. But we're usually on the same bandwidth about things.
Yeah. I mean, I always know that no matter whatever either of us do is gonna turn out absolutely fire. And even like deciding like we did our first influencer campaign, and I don't know if we've talked about this, but it didn't go like absolutely great, and that's because it was our first one, and unfortunately we let the client make some demands, and you know, we were just
trying to be a little too flexible.
We were trying to be a little bit too flexible, and it just wasn't a great fit. But even that, like, learning from that, and we from that okay. Why are the words not working?
Because it's 7:00.
Yeah. But even from that campaign, learning what we liked and what we didn't like from that, and how to just completely restructure that. And we did. And we came up with like such an incredible idea, which is our summer gifting box that we're doing, that we're going to do seasonally.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah. So I mean, like, it's crazy like what you can kind of like pivot and just choose to do when it's your own company.
So true.
So true, bestie.
Well, that wraps up just about everything we have to say about the best parts of being a business owner.
I hope this was like entertaining at the very least for you guys.
Honestly, I feel like if someone is on the cusp of wanting to own a business and needs a little bit of an extra push to see why it's fulfilling and why it's worth it, this will be it.
Fucking do it. You're not going to make any money, but it'll be really cool.
You're just going to put yourself into debt. No, I'm kidding. A lot of people, when they start a business, you know, they will take out a business loan or put like $10,000 into the business. And
Guys, avoid that at all costs, honestly.
I'm thankful that we really don't have any overhead costs other than, you know, our employees.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I look forward to the day that we're actually making money from it.
One day, guys.
One day.
That's why I had to start this whole Airbnb business, because I ain't making shit.
And we're excited. We are going to start to conceptualize this new whisper of a business idea that we have within the next few weeks or so. So we'll keep you guys updated on that as we do.
Yeah, we have a lot going on between the Airbnb, this new business that we want to start, still scaling Mood, still,
doing it all, besties.
Trying to eat, shit, shower.
That wraps up this episode. We are going to wait. It doesn't actually wrap it up. I lied to you. We're going to do our moment of gratitude.
Moment of gratuity.
Before we let you guys leave. And I hope this inspires you guys to also take a moment, whatever you're doing right now. Yes, I am talking to you. Stop whatever you're doing. Take a moment of gratitude. Think about something you're super grateful for today. And that will just help start your day or end your day from a place of abundance and, you know, just gratitude. And whether it's small or big, it's just important to always see life in that way, from a place of abundance.
In that way.
In that way.
Eloquently said, bestie.
Thanks, bestie.
We just watched the Kardashians. So my moment of gratitude is actually loving all of my friends' significant others, because
that's nice.
Because like I don't feel like a lot of people can do that. Like and honestly, it really like made me realize that after I posted the TikTok, because every single comment was like, why the fuck would you do this to yourself? And I'm like, what? No, these are like my besties too. And like I love that I love Tyler. I love that I love fucking Michael, Jalissa's boyfriend. I love that I love Tom, Alexa's boyfriend. We'll keep it at that. But, you know, like, it's just really cool because I could hang out with like any of them, like third wheel style, and like just have a great fucking time.
It also helps that you get along with boys so well. Boys, men,
boys to men.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of your best friends are men, and I think you just like hang with the boys.
I'm just one of the guys.
You're truly one of the guys.
Oh my god, I
think that helps, you know.
Yeah, in a way it does. But yeah, I'm just really grateful for that, because this trip I think could have been a lot different if I didn't like every all of them, and if my friends didn't like prioritize hanging out with like me over their significant others too. So yeah, I'm just really thankful for that and like the dynamic of the trip essentially.
Love that. My moment of gratitude is having something that I look forward to coming home to from vacation. I don't know, you know, I'm so grateful for that I can literally be on vacation and look forward to coming home to my dog and my man and my house. Like, I'm so lucky. That's such a blessing.
Like, some people like dread coming home from vacation, and we're like, yep, we're ready. Because, dude, vacation is home too. Like, our lives are.
You mean home is vacation too?
Whatever the fuck I said.
Vacation, actually, something.
Vacation is home too. Yeah.
Vacation is home too. Home is vacation too. I think that's what you meant to say.
No, I said what I said.
Okay. One of the most profound things that my mom's boyfriend Eric, he is probably the smartest person I know. He just completely sees the world in numbers and makes a new patent like every month. Anyways, one of the most profound things he ever told me was that vacation is a state of mind, and
it really is.
I really hold that with me, because I was super bummed leaving our Colorado trip one year. It was such a beautiful trip with my family and just like something I really cherished. And I was actually sad leaving that because I was with Tyler. I was like, oh man, this was so good. I want more. And he was like, Liv, vacation is a state of mind. And I was like, you're so right. It is a fucking state of mind. And now I be thinking about that shit. When I'm driving, I'm like, I'm on vacation.
I'm going to get that tattooed.
Facts.
Well, could that be our matching tattoo?
Nothing about it. Anyways, besties, take a moment, say what you're grateful for, and we will see you next week for another episode. Bye, guys.